there's a lot of misinformation out there about what nuclear power plants are all about. We have been taking figures in comparison with other forms of energy or power, the way power generation is undertaken, be it hydro, be it wind, be it solar, and looking at the risks involved. The figures, data do not lie. What is clear is that nuclear power plants are safe, and nuclear energy is safe, and it's not just in the power generation space. It's into technology, it's into science, it's into nuclear medicine. So I am proud to say that Siaya is taking leadership with the support of the national government in bringing this dream to a reality. Taking the risk in relation to the fears and the legacy, I think looking at the big picture, where nuclear power is the source of energy all over the world, I think it's a risk I can take. And I can tell you, even the old generation plants of the Soviet era, you can count the numbers where there have been accidents. But the modern nuclear plants that have been constructed all over the world, you like going to Dubai, you like going to the Gulf. A lot of that shine you see would have been impossible without nuclear energy. For us to take the lead in the continent, I appeal to everybody that nuclear energy or nuclear power plants where electricity are generated are very, very, very safe. France, we were told 70% of its power comes from nuclear plants. And I can count a number of other plants in other countries in Europe. We had the benefit of going to Austria. We visited an old Soviet-era plant in Hungary, more than 50 years old. And it is going to have another 50 years to go without a single accident, without any pollution or contamination of environment which has taken place. If you look at the protocols which are involved, and nuclear plants are normally inspected. It is not a Kenyan affair. The International Atomic Energy Agency is involved in many ways in making sure that these plants are safe. You cannot, even in Iran, you have people from the International Atomic Energy, making sure that they are safe to life, aquatic life particularly, and also to human beings. So I have no fears at all this plant coming to Siaya. I want the government to receive a delegation from NUPEA, our nuclear agency, and the team is led by the chair and the CEO. And as you may know, the purpose of this delegation is to talk about the planned construction of a nuclear power generation plant within Siaya County. I, for one, speaking about these plans as a person, welcome this visit, and it is my hope that everybody in the county and in the country will support this project. But as a county government of Siaya also, we are committed to giving support and to walk the journey together for the construction of a nuclear power plant in Siaya. Countries in the south, when you talk about the countries in the south, Some are already taking leadership in this direction. South Africa was in it a long time ago. Ghana and Egypt are following suit. There's no serious place in the world where industry and transformation is going on without nuclear power plants. In Europe, in America, in China, in India, and I hope that the doubting Thomases there will get convinced that this is the direction that we must take. We have agreed that we are going to walk this journey together.
As he said, nuclear power is a very stable base of electricity which provides very affordable electricity which we can use for our industrialization plants. You know that without electricity generation in its capacity, you cannot develop. If you look at the electricity consumption in China, which is now developing very fast, it is very high. If you look at all those countries where we want to go with Vision 2030, their electricity consumption is about 20 times ours. So in the shortest possible time, we have to reach there. And nuclear energy is very stable. It doesn't depend on weather. It is fairly safe. As the governor said there, is in fact the safest energy source in the world if you go by the number of accidents and persons who have died from these accidents in the last almost over 70 years since it was established. So we are going to also effect a program of education and research, public education, but also education which we want to mount programs at the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology in nuclear engineering so that we can develop the human capacity. When we are building this plant, there are going to be about 10,000 persons employed in it. They'll come from all over Kenya, but since it is in Siaya, we think that a good percentage of them will come from Siaya here. And with the investment, we think will spur development in Siaya, but will also inspire development nationally when we develop enough, when we produce enough power for powering our industries and other uses. We confirm that we will have a very large presence at the Siaya Investment Forum next month in October. In October. We will be here. Please come and see us. Please come and get all your questions answered in terms of nuclear technology. We are also building a nuclear research reactor. We'll build one at the KAIST, Kenya Advanced Institute of Science and Technology campus in Konza. You know, we have frameworks within law for resettlement action plans if your land is going to be used for a project. So we will strictly follow those ones so that if there are persons affected by the project, they will be compensated adequately as per the laws of Kenya. And we will do this. There are methods of doing them which are in law. We'll follow it very strictly.
Okay, my name is George Spencer Wambia. I belong to the civil society organization in Siaya County. I represent a community that deals with conservation around Lake Kanyaboli. This power plant, from the information I have, initially it was meant to be set up in Kilifi County. And the people of Kilifi County, mostly civil society organizations like ourselves here in Siaya, after looking at the merits and the demerits of the plant, the demerits outweigh the merits. And we are wondering, people of Siaya, that how fast could they have to transfer a project that had been denied by the locals of Kilifi to come to Siaya. So that is the information I have about this. So it is one thing that if you asked me today, from my perspective, I would find that it is not something that is good. One thing, the governor is supposed to be representing the people here. Having come from the background that this plant had been rejected from Kilifi, what Governor Orengo would have asked first, he would have wanted to know that why was it rejected in Kilifi first before giving an express credit to the nuclear agency to bring it here. So I think that is not representation. I know that something for it to go through, it has to go through one, public participation, and even the experts. This thing, from where we sit, we are seeing that it is something that somebody has, there's more that meets the eye. So I would say that from my perspective, yeah, the governor has done the biggest mistake of his life. Before giving that express credit to the plant to be installed here in Siaya, he ought to have had desktop information review that why did the Kilifi people reject it? What are the merits and the demerits that it will bring to the community? Let us not look at, maybe it could have the financial implication coming to the county, but if the demerits are more than the merits, then that is the biggest mistake that Governor Orengo has done. Where are we with the Kenya Power and Lighting Corporation today? What are the gaps that have not been put? Do we have systems in place that would go towards making it better? So I think we should better what we have, other than the people that came to governor would have given him that much as we are coming with this, these are other demerits that would come with it. They ought to give us that. You know, when we have two sides of the coin, because when you hear about nuclear, people talk about nuclear bomb, people talk about there are people who would use this for a sinister motive. Yeah, so let them tell us, much as we are coming with this is the positive side, but this now is the negative, so that you are able to weigh. You know, we're talking about conservation of our waters, conservation of our air. Nuclear, maybe it's going to pass through pipeline. There would be bursting in the process. Yeah, because we have heard of the Hiroshimas and Nagasakis of this world. Yeah, and we have had people losing their lives because of this. Anything that is not positive towards human life, because we know everything is food and everything is poison, but now if the poison part of it outweighs the better thing, because like I had said initially, I'm not in the position. So what ought to be done before giving that express ticket for them to come here? What they ought to do is to get to sit people down. Let them not have boardroom meetings and then pass things expressly for things that are going to affect people out down here. Let us approach the bottom up that the president talks about. Meet the people, tell them the merits and demerits. Give us one reason that you really want to know. Why did the Kilifi County residents, even to the extent that police was used to disrupt them? Monies, because I sit, we are coordinated by Nature Kenya, which is a conservation organization. 2 months ago, we met all the 46 site support groups in the whole country, and we had the Kilifi people sitting with us. So they told us the effects, what has happened down there. So I want to say that if any of our people have been given maybe some positions in authority, let them not use those positions. That at the end of the day, let them know that power is transient, but whatever they leave here for the legacy of the people that are going to live after them should be more important than what they are going to have in the long run.
Nuclear plant vile mimi huwa naielewa huko nje, najua nasikianga huwa ina deal na vitu za kama mbom hizi. Sasa bado sielewi vizuri, hatujaambiwa vizuri ni nini kuhusu hii nuclear plant. Yani nilisikia kwa TV wakitangaza inafaa kuja huku, lakini kenye naweza omba wananchi wajui kitu vizuri. Naomba serikali kama wanaweza kuja kwa community wafunze watu wa community wajue hii nuclear plant ni nini haswa. Tunataka kujua vizuri hii kitu ni nini. Kwa sababu tunaisikianga tu kama nchi zingine za nje kama Israel zinakuanga huko, Amerika ziko, but hatujui vizuri. So naomba serikali hii mambo ni geni huku. So wakuje watufunze vizuri tujue nini maana ya nuclear plant. Constant yenye naweza kuwa nayo, bado naomba wasilete kama sisi wakaji wa huku, wajatufunza na tujue hii kitu ni nini na uzuri yake ni nini. Tunataka kujua kwanza, tujue advantage, disadvantage na itatusaidia vipi.
I'm Jaco Hito. I come from Siaya. From my own research, I've been told that it emits some dangerous gases that if consumed by the public, then it can be very dangerous to the human body. Therefore, as Jack, I believe that such a thing, if it's brought to our residents, then we should have enough information about it, on how we can interact with it, on maybe positive or negative impacts it can inflict in us. Most of our children, even to our elderly society, we believe that elderly people normally use what we call food from the soil, majorly because they are the one living living at home, And if they're not well trained on how they can encourage or they can behave themselves with this thing in our surrounding, then it can be near us. So I believe it's something that nuclear energy is something that we should take care of it, or we should have enough information about it when it is brought in our residence. We should have enough information about this thing, because if it is brought to us, maybe it, like they have been saying, that Siaya does not have enough ways of getting employment. Now, if it's something that will give employment to some people, or provide employment to the residents, then I don't have any problem. But if it's something that will maybe cause more harm than good to the people residing in Siaya, then it's something that we should take precaution about it. Then we should be, then according to me, I think they should do civic education. Government should come out clearly and tell us why it thinks this thing is beneficial to the Siaya people. Yeah.
For us to remain the biggest economy in the region, this is the way to go. And you said everything is electricity. Any serious investor, forget about land, because land they know is a given. The first question they ask, getting a million or so for critical leadership to go in the public sector and all those places you're talking about. Blue economy spaces. The blue economy spaces. I could see your concern. But so Siaya certainly will be in a better place than Kenya for that matter. So I welcome this, and you are in a digital field. I know that this will reduce those costs, and Kenya, karibu sana, and the work in respect of the Siaya component begins now. Asante. What will trickle back to the community and the country is significant. And it's not noisy, and with the skills that exist, and with AI now, the many.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having us. My name is Winnie Dubai, Director Strategy and Planning at Siaya.
Nuclear electricity board is some work. Energy Act of 2019 created the ASK where Siaya as being the first nuclear power plant in Kenya. This is a program of the government of Kenya office and start work. We have our technical team. Actually, please, technical team, would you please introduce and related, so that we have human resource to man the nuclear power plant in Kenya. That is part of the government strategy that we want to develop. I think,
as Chairman has alluded to, this is a government project, and you are the representative office of the President at the county level, and areas that we need to reach. And in respect of the aspect of security, of course, we'll also be talking to you to ensure that as we do this government project, and
our chief guests via the right, the governor and the board members right, ministers, joint governor. The rest, the talk and background, you are clear. National culture. Yeah. National culture. Well done, that thing. Are you ready, guys?
Yeah, here on the steps there. Okay. Come. Yeah.